Welcome, beautiful hearts. I am so pleased to present this episode of Quantum Conversations Experience. Today and this week, we have three beautiful sessions with Anrita Melchizedek of the Pleiadian and Melchizedek Light Network. Anrita is a true leader in spiritual consciousness. She is doing the work, walking the talk. And she has a very special episode for us today. And tomorrow's another beautiful activation. And Thursday is where you can ask your questions and share your experiences. Enjoy this beautiful conversation with Anrita as we're exploring the sacred technology of the human body. Anrita is sharing with us the sacred spine alignment quantum healing activation. So this is all about bringing our body more into our ascension process. So we're bringing our body to it, but we're also bringing our soul into it. And Rita, thank you so much for being here. I'm going to give you the space today to really run the show because this is a lengthy introduction to what we're going to do tomorrow as well. How are you? Greetings, my friend.
Thank you, Lorraine. Thank you for that beautiful introduction and welcome, beloved Light Tribe. It's really going to be an incredible activation and masterclass. And today we're going to move into an introduction to this beautiful sacred spine alignment, quantum healing. And simply to remember that everything we're doing has in its own way a wonderful activation. So this is essentially a journey of embodied remembrance. And as we start, we just take a moment to come together as one unified cosmic heart, breathing deep into the body, breathing in love, breathing out love. Deepening into our own beautiful, loving hearts. As we move into this embodied remembrance of the spine and what we call the sacred breath of the Golden River. So this is a quantum healing activation that invites you into the remembrance of the physical body as a living temple of the beloved I Am through the sacred spine. The sacred spine is the quantum bridge of light between heaven and earth, expressing its divine intelligence through consciousness, energy, light, and soul frequencies that flow, powered by the beloved I Am presence. Within this powerful quantum healing modality, the 33 vertebrae are experienced as 33 sacred gateways through which the solar key codes of the beloved I Am presence are lovingly anchored and activated. And through the grace of the Divine Mother, flowing as the Golden River of ambrosiatic plasma through the cerebrospinal fluid, the body gently remembers what the soul has always known, its true nature as the beloved I Am presence. Beloved hearts, this sacred spine alignment quantum healing activation is a gentle invitation to remember the presence that has quietly lived within you all along. Beloved I Am presence is not who you are becoming, it is who you are. And it is the beloved I Am presence that initiates the sacred spine as the living bridge of light between heaven and earth. and the 33 vertebrae as sacred gateways, with each vertebra lovingly anchoring and activating solar key code of the beloved I am presence, until every breath, every heartbeat, and every cell becomes a living embodiment of divine presence. As the sacred breath of the golden river of ambrosiatic plasma gently flows through the sacred spine, old structures of rigidity soften into the infinite grace of the Divine Mother. The physical body, energy fields, and light body express as one unified field of embodied consciousness and light. The body remembers, the loving heart is heard. The soul light radiates from within as the inner golden sun. 0-point presence expands as we embody the beloved I am present. This sacred journey is about lovingly remembering the divine presence that has always lived within you. Every breath is grace. Every sacred gateway is a living portal of remembrance. Every cell is light. Every step is love. As collectively we proclaim, I am the beloved. I am. I am. I am. I am. Each vertebra is experienced as a multidimensional portal of consciousness, a sacred gateway through which the soul lovingly remembers and embodies a specific divine quality. There are 33 sacred gateways that create the living bridge of light between heaven and earth, expressed with embodied frequencies of the beloved I am present through our higher selves, multidimensional selves, and future selves. As we breathe deep into the body, breathing love, hold the breath and release. Anchoring and activating the solar key codes through the overlighting of the beloved I am present. This is the living frequency of divine consciousness, which activates through each sacred gateway, each vertebra. These solar key codes of Christ consciousness express divine qualities such as groundedness, awareness, divine love, authenticity, vision, wisdom, grace, and unity consciousness. And through the sacred breath of the golden river of the Divine Mother, each solar key code is lovingly amplified, revealing the embodied presence of the beloved I am. The sacred breath of the golden river is a foundational breathing practice of the sacred spine alignment, quantum healing modality. Through conscious rhythmic breathing, the golden river of the cerebrospinal fluid is energetically activated, as this ambrosiatic plasma of the Divine Mother, flowing through the sacred spine as a living current of divine grace. As the breath is gently drawn in, golden river flows through each sacred gateway, carrying the radiant light of the soul's Christ consciousness frequency. As the breath is softly held, the solar key code of that sacred gateway is lovingly anchored and activated. And as the breath is gently released, hold energetic density, emotional halting patterns, and limiting beliefs are surrendered into the infinite grace of the Divine Mother and the light of the beloved I Am Present. Before we deepen into the sacred spine as the living bridge of light, we allow ourselves to simply breathe once more. Every journey of remembrance begins with a single sacred breath as the first point of expanded consciousness of the witnessing presence to the beloved I am. Breathing in love, holding the breath, and then releasing all that is ready to be released. As you state, I am the light of God. The light of God, I am. I am. I am. I am. Physical body transforms into the light body, the soul body, to the embodied presence of the beloved I am. And we deepen now into the sacred spine. Sacred spine, this living bridge of light between heaven and earth. The central pillar of embodied consciousness to which the beloved I Am present is lovingly expressed within the living temple of the body. The sacred spine is the axis of consciousness, the sacred meeting place where spirits and matter are experienced as one, where heaven and earth are no longer perceived as separate realities, but as one unified field of divine presence. Within this quantum healing modality, the sacred spine is recognized as a divine architecture of embodied consciousness. The divine access through which the grace of the Divine Mother continuously flows as this golden river, ambrosiatic plasma, and as the beloved I Am presence lovingly anchors and activates solar key codes through the 33 sacred gateways of the spine. We deepen into soul embodiment. Sacred spine is not separate from consciousness. It is embodied consciousness. It is the operating system of the soul within physical form. Together, the 33 sacred gateways form a multidimensional map of embodied consciousness. Not a journey towards divinity, but a remembrance of the divinity that has always lived within. And as this sacred breath of the golden river flows through the sacred spine and the cerebrospinal fluid, the body expands into its original divine blueprint, and the physical body lovingly transforms into the soul body. We are the walking souls. The soul body is the light body. And the light body is lovingly revealed as the beloved I am presence embodied upon this sacred earth. As we deepen into the sacred spine as this axis of consciousness, each vertebra is a sacred gateway of the divine, experiencing consciousness and life. We deepen into the divine architecture of our new earth bodies in alignment to our higher selves and beloved, I am present. The sacred spine activates through our living temple. The living temple is not something we build. The living temple is who we are. The body is the living temple. The sacred spine, the central pillar. The loving heart, its sanctuary, and the golden river, the living current of divine grace. The beloved I am presence, it's eternal life. Everything already exists. Everything is already whole. Everything is already present. The sacred spine simply reveals the perfection through alignment to the divine that has always been held within the body through the soul consciousness and light. The sacred map of embodied consciousness reveals more deeply through the 33 sacred gateways of the spine. The coccyx is the foundation of embodiment. It says, be here now. The sacrum is the remembrance of divine grace. It says, receive grace. The lumbar is soul sovereignty embodied. It says, stand in soul sovereignty. The thoracics is the sanctuary of the loving heart. It says, love is. Cervical, the radiance of the beloved, I am present. It says, radiate the presence. Together, the sacred spine quietly proclaims one eternal truth. Be the beloved, I am present. As the beloved, I am present is increasingly embodied. The body expresses greater coherence, harmony, and luminosity as the newer human. The nervous system expresses greater balance. The sacred spine expresses greater fluidity. The loving heart expresses greater compassion. The soul expresses greater radiance. The physical body remembers itself as the soul body, and the soul body expresses itself as the light body. The light body expresses as the beloved I am presence. The new earth human is not a future possibility. The new earth human is the embodiment of the beloved I am presence upon the sacred earth. And in this quantum healing modality, we experience the living current of divine grace as the sacred breath of the golden river, the divine pulse of the sacred spine alignment, quantum healing activation. The breath is life. The breath is presence. The breath is grace. Through the sacred breath, the golden river of the cerebrospinal fluid symbolically experienced as this ambrotic plasma of the Divine Mother, the living current of divine grace flowing through the living temple of the body. With this modality, conscious breath is a sacred act of remembrance. Each inhalation welcomes the living light of the soul. Each gentle pause anchors and activates solo key code through one of the 33 sacred gateways. Each exhalation is a loving surrender into divine grace as the golden river flows continuously through the sacred spine. It is the living current of divine grace, nourishing the living temple, the soul body, the light body. The golden river is consciously experienced through the sacred breath. The sacred spine expresses increasing coherence, fluidity, and luminosity. The nervous system softens. The loving heart expands. Soul light radiates. The living temple remembers itself as the light of the beloved I am. I am. I am. The golden river is not separate from the soul. It is a living expression of divine grace flowing through embodied consciousness. Breath as remembrance. Breathing in, holding the breath, breathing out. Each breath gently declares, I receive divine grace. Each pause gently declares, the solar key code is lovingly anchored and activated. Each exhalation gently declares, I surrender into the beloved, I am present. The sacred breath becomes a rhythm through which the living temple remembers itself as light. The sacred breath asks nothing of us except our willingness to receive. There is nothing to perfect, nothing to control. The Divine Mother does not ask us to strive. She invites us to soften. As the body softens, the sacred spine expresses with greater fluidity. As the sacred spine expresses greater fluidity, the golden river flows with increasing ease. Grace is the natural frequency of the beloved I am present. The 33 sacred gateways are the divine architecture of embodied consciousness expressed through the sacred spine. Each sacred gateway, one of the 33 vertebrae, is experienced as a multidimensional portal in which the solar key codes of the beloved I am present anchor and activate, amplified through the sacred breath of the golden river. The 33 sacred gateways are not separate from the living temple. They are the living temple. Together they express the divine architecture of embodied consciousness through which the soul remembers itself as the light of the beloved I am. Each sacred gateway is a doorway. Each sacred gateway is a remembrance. Each sacred gateway is an expression of divine love. As the grace of the Divine Mother flows as the golden river through each sacred gateway, the living temple remembers its original divine blueprint. Nothing is added, nothing is removed. The veil simply becomes transparent to the light that always shines within. Pineal activates beyond the veils of illusion. The heart expands into the one heart of all that is. As the 33 sacred gateways express the natural unfolding of consciousness to the living temple, the light body. Each region of the sacred spine reveals another aspect of soul embodiment. Together they form a multidimensional map through which the beloved I am present is lovingly expressed within physical form. The journey through the 33 sacred gateways is therefore a journey through the divine qualities of the soul. Each sacred gateway lovingly reveals another aspect of the beloved I am presence already living within. The foundation of embodiment through the coccyx, sacrum, and lumbar express the sacred foundation of this living temple. Here the soul remembers embodiment, groundedness, presence, grace, soul sovereignty. The living temple honors the earth. The soul honors the body. Spirit honors matter. Here we lovingly remember, be here now, be present, be conscious, be grounded, be balanced. Thoracic sacred gateways express the sanctuary of the living temple. The loving heart is the meeting place of heaven and earth. Love is no longer experienced as an emotion. Love is recognized as the living presence of the beloved I am. Compassion, joy, abundance, creativity, trust, all are living expressions of the loving heart. Here we lovingly remember, love is all there is. Love is. Cervical sacred gateways express the radiance of embodied consciousness, peace, wisdom, self-mastery, forgiveness, faith, grace, unity consciousness. These divine qualities are not destinations. They are living expressions of the beloved I am presence, the light that has been lovingly embodied throughout the sacred spine, now naturally radiates into the world. Not through effort, not through striving, simply through presence. Here we lovingly remember, radiate the presence. Each sacred gateway carries a unique solar key code, frequency of light. It's living frequencies of divine consciousness. They are not qualities we acquire. They are the divine qualities the soul has always carried. Through the sacred breath of the Golden River, each solar code is lovingly anchored and activated until the living temple remembers its own divine nature. Groundedness becomes presence. Awareness becomes knowing. Divine love becomes being. Grace becomes living. Unity becomes reality. The beloved I am presence quietly reveals itself through each sacred gateway. Each sacred gateway expresses this eternal truth until each breath, each heartbeat, each sacred gateway, and each cell, and each moment quietly proclaims, I am the beloved, I am presence. I am, I am, I am. I am the beloved, I am presence. I am, I am, I am. Within many mystical traditions, the number 33 has long been recognized as a sacred symbol of spiritual illumination, embodied mastery, and Christ consciousness. It is therefore no coincidence that the sacred spine is experienced through 33 sacred gateways of ascension. Each sacred gateway lovingly experiences a solar key code of the beloved I am presence until the living temple and light body remembers its true nature as light. The journey through the 33 sacred gateways is symbolic of the soul's embodied remembrance. It is not a journey towards perfection, but a journey into presence. Many spiritual traditions also hold that Yeshua completed his earthly mission at approximately 33 years of age, making this number a timeless symbol of embodied divine consciousness, Christ consciousness, expressed in human form. Within this sacred spine alignment quantum healing modality, the 33 sacred gateways honor the same sacred principle. Each sacred gateway lovingly reveals another facet of the beloved I am presence until the living temple radiates the light of the divine on this sacred earth. Embodiment of higher selves, multidimensional selves, and future self. And here we experience 33 sacred gateways, 33 solar key codes, 33 expressions of the beloved I am present, 33 revelations of Christ consciousness within the one living temple of life. 33 vertebrae are not simply a symbolic number. They become a living mandala of embodiment through the anchoring and activating of the solar key codes. The solar key codes are the living frequencies of divine consciousness expressed through the beloved I am present. Each solar key code, the divine quality of the beloved I am present. Each solar key code, an eternal expression of the soul. Each solar key code is already present within the living temple. We are simply activating, actualizing, stabilizing. Nothing is added. Nothing is created. Lovingly anchored and activated and amplified through the sacred breath of the Golden River as we deepen to our divine nature. It's the light of God we are. As you now state, I am the light of God. The light of God. I am. I am. I am. I am. Through these 33 sacred gateways, you enter the divine Christ consciousness qualities, groundedness, awareness, feeling, discernment, divine love, authenticity, vision, divinity, miracles, balance, transmutation, interconnectedness, divine feminine, divine masculine, expansion, non-judgment, harmony, freedom, perfection, joy, abundance, clarity, trust, creativity, manifestation, soul alignment, peace, wisdom, self-mastery, forgiveness, faith, grace, unity consciousness. Divine quality really lives within the body and within the soul. And each sacred gateway simply reveals another facet of this eternal life. Each facet reveals another aspect of the beloved I am present. The 33 solar key codes are not separate from one another. They are 33 beautiful expressions of one divine presence, one unity consciousness. As one solar key code is lovingly anchored and activated, every other solar key code naturally resonates in harmony and through grace. The living temple expresses increasing coherence. The sacred spine expresses increasing luminosity. The beloved I am presence expresses increasing radiance. As each sacred gateway is lovingly breathed through, these divine qualities naturally express themselves within every aspect of our lives. Groundedness expresses through presence. Love expresses through compassion. Wisdom expresses through knowing. Faith expresses through trust. Grace expresses through receptivity. Unity expresses through oneness. Nothing is forced. Everything is revealed. The purpose of anchoring and activating a solar key code is soul remembrance. It's the embodiment of the beloved I am present. The loving heart further radiates these divine qualities. Mind expands through these divine qualities, and the pressure of the cerebrospinal fluid as the golden river upon the pineal expresses and releases the star particles and crystals within the body. Love is no longer something we practice. Love is who we are. Wisdom is no longer something we seek. Wisdom is who we are. Grace is no longer something we receive. Grace is who we are. Unity consciousness is no longer something we experience. Unity consciousness is who we are. The beloved I am presence reveals every sacred gateway as the eternal light of the soul. And the beloved I am presence is who we are. And as we deepen into the beloved I am present, through the sacred bread of the golden river and the frequency of the Divine Mother, the embodiment of love and grace, we expand the light upon the sacred earth. The Divine Mother is the eternal presence of love, flowing as the golden river through the sacred spine. She asks for nothing except our willingness to receive. Her grace is unconditional. Her love is infinite. Her presence is constant. The golden river is her loving blessing, flowing through every sacred gateway and into each cell in our body as plasma light. As our cells transform from carbon to silicate to crystalline consciousness. Each breath is received within her embrace. Each solo key code receives her grace. Each remembrance unfolds within her infinite heart of love. The Divine Mother is a sacred room of remembrance in which the living temple recognizes itself as the love and light of the beloved I am. I am. I am. I am. In this sacred breath, the eternal conversation between the living temple and the beloved I am present. Each breath lovingly whispers, I receive divine grace. Each pause quietly proclaims, the solar key codes are lovingly anchored and activated. Each exhalation joyfully declares, I surrender to the infinite love of the beloved I am, until there is no longer any distinction between the breath, the body, the soul, the light, or the beloved I am present. There is only the quiet rhythm of divine love expressing itself through the living temple of the light body. There is only the golden river. There is only grace. There is only the beloved I am. So, beloved hearts, take a slow, gentle breath. Recognize the presence that has always been breathing with you. The golden river that has always flowed. The sacred spine that has always been. the living bridge of light, the temple that has held the light of the beloved I am. Every journey of embodied remembrance begins and continues with one sacred breath. We remember the beloved I am presence is who we are. The physical body is the living temple of light of the beloved I am. Soul embodiment is the physical body as a living temple of light of the beloved I am. The sacred bridge is a sacred spine experiencing heaven and earth. The loving heart is home. The golden river is the living current of the divine mother's grace. The 33 sacred gateways are the divine architecture of embodied consciousness. The solar key codes are the living frequencies of divine consciousness expressed through the sacred gateways. The light body is embodied radiance of the beloved I am presence. And the divine architecture of our new earth bodies is the eternal architecture of the beloved I am presence, lovingly remembered to the living temple of the light body. You now affirm, I am the light of God. The light of God I am. I am the light of God. The light of God I am. I am the light of God. The light of God I am. I am. I am. I am. And that's so beautiful. We look forward to taking you through our beautiful masterclass. Thank you.
Anrita, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That already feels like an activation. Feeling into that. Who else is floating with me? And this is the sacredness of us. And this
Yes.
is palpable, isn't it? It's so beautiful.
You can literally feel the energy of the beloved I am presence descending and entering the body, each cell filled with light.
It is so uplifting. It is so supportive. And I'm elevated. I feel like I'm in a balloon and I'm just rising up. And I've got goosebumps and I am so happy right now. This is joy. There's not a worry in the world.
Yeah.
And that's what makes this so important at this time. Would you agree? I mean, this is where our power lies in this connection.
Yes. Yes. And also, what she's saying is to take ourselves out of the 3D, 4D consciousness, out of the human mind, into the recognition that we are really are light, that we are really are the soul in embodiment here, that we really are our beloved I am presence. And each part of our body reflects that divine architecture of the soul light and the beloved I am presence. And this is just another way to deepen into that experience of being the light of God, of recognizing the spine is the primary operating system of the body and the central axis between heaven and earth. So It's just such a beautiful one. And the spine is so important for our body. Initially, the spine needs to soften. So many that are experiencing that transition or transformation from the physical body to the light body as we fill ourselves with photonic light, which is the soul light, and then deepen into the plasma light gateways, in this instance, through the golden river of the cerebrospinal fluid, which is the grace of the Divine Mother. What occurs is quite a few things there. It's the spine, after it softens, we can't sit for very long, all day on chairs. We have to find pillars for the back and support the back. So the spine then needs to soften to release that rigidity and then those old fixed thoughts and feelings and false beliefs and judgments. And then it rebuilds and is recreated as that bridge of light between heaven and earth with the grace of the Divine Mother and the light of the beloved I Am Presence, so that each vertebra becomes those beautiful sacred gateways of soul light that express them in the creation of our new earth bodies. And then everything comes back into a new frequency of light that we carry within the body. And that cerebrospinal fluid, as that golden river, flows to up the spine and into the pineal gland, and it places pressure upon the pineal gland. And what it does then is that pressure of that golden river really then expands the pineal gland. So we have a 360-degree view, one could say, of our universe. But also what it does is it activates the star particles. These are little crystals that start to activate in the body. And this assists in the plasma frequency in shifting not only the consciousness, but also in shifting the cells from the carbon to the silicate to crystalline consciousness. So it's an incredible transformational process that we're all moving through as we become our soul bodies, our light bodies upon this sacred earth.
And that is the sacred technology of our human bodies, the spine,
Yes,
the nervous
yes,
system runs through the spine, right? And that's the
yes,
and so we're learning and understanding that our consciousness comes in through the nervous system. And so if we are looking out at the world and getting frayed and fragmented by viewing things outside of us, I think on a collective whole, this is where people are getting exhausted and simply saying, wow, I give up on that
yes,
part. I'm going to
yes,
just pay attention to this. And so you're getting people turning inward more. You're getting people being stronger against the currents of buffeting winds that might be distorting our view or making us feel bad. And that's so beautiful that we're beginning to sense and become aware that we truly are empowered in this way. And so
yes,
thank you for that. And isn't it interesting that there's 33 vertebrae? That's such a beautiful
absolutely.
sign.
Yes, and the spine, of course, represents then that alignment to our higher selves and beloved I am presence. And the nervous system represents the feeling of that how far we've embodied. So when we're still in that stage of overwhelm and anxiety, that's really the nervous system representing the higher self, asking us to shift from that state and that consciousness into really settling more into feeling the safety, into feeling the trust and surrender and releasing that anxiety and overwhelm, which literally means we have to get ourselves out into Gaia's consciousness. We have to get ourselves out walking and on the beaches and in the mountains and connecting not only to the plasma light frequencies, but into that universal heart consciousness frequency too. So that's what the nervous system shows us. And the moment we start to feel that, that's when we actually really, for many of us, are creating the changes that we want to feel and experience within our own lives, because it is our number one, we could say, port of call to actually see where we are, not only in our consciousness and our light, but actually what we're still working with, what we're still releasing, and what we need to shift and change within our lives.
All right, so welcome to that journey, everyone. We're doing great jobs at this. We really are. Stay the
Yeah,
course and um, trust in the process because it feels so good. I'm certain everyone is already feeling uplifted, as I am. I'm hoping that's the case. And this is just the first part of two more sessions with you. Now, tomorrow we are live. Everyone, we're live with Anrita. That's going to be a transmission, as we spoke about
yes,
earlier. So tell us more about that, Anrita. What do we need to do to prepare for that? I'm thinking not much, but share with us any
yes.
thoughts.
Yes. Well, just get yourself comfortably relaxed, whether you're sitting, lying down. My suggestion would be, if you can, to be lying down and have a cushion under your knees because you want your spine to soften. And as I have been expressing, if you're sitting on a chair for a very long time, actually the spine can still express the rigidity. So you want to soften the entire body. You want to really just soften everything, and particularly the spine. So if you can just have a glass of water and then, lie down and get yourself comfortably relaxed, because we are going to move through each of the 33 vertebrae as these sacred gateways and activate these beautiful I am presence light codes through each of these as the sacred gateways, as the solar codes through each of these sacred gateways. So it's going to be quite an experience because we're really going to feel and experience the sense of this golden river of this beautiful cerebrospinal fluid flowing through the spine at the same time as we're anchoring and activating these divine qualities through each one of the 33 vertebrae. So it's going to just be a really wonderful, powerful, deep connection to ourselves, to our beautiful bodies, to our sacred spine, but also to our higher selves and beloved I am presence.
Wow, we are really looking forward to that. If today is an indication of what we can experience, hold on to your hats, everyone. Soften your spine, relax into your heart, and enjoy the experience tomorrow live on Zoom. So thank you for that. And then day 3 on Thursday is our integration, and that's where you can all share questions that you may have, experiences, and Rita will be available to help you identify something that you felt. And when we share like that on a group level, it helps all of us understand what we're feeling. Some may not feel it in ways that others do, but when we hear other people's experiences, it helps us to say, I did notice a softening of like the back of my head, and that's right there where our head attaches to the spine, and that's all part of it, for example. So we're really looking forward to that time tomorrow with everyone. Join us, and you'll feel that group energy with all of us. I love these Zoom sessions so that we can feel and see each other on this group level. So that's all coming up in the next 2 days, and it's so beautiful. So, Anrita,
Wonderful.
we are complete for this today, and we're so
Yes.
grateful for you. There is one thing that I'd like to mention now for those who are eager to dive deep into this work. You are so generous in everything that you do. One of the things that you've created for those who wish to work with this, embody this in their lives and share it with their family, their loved ones, their clients, if someone's in the healing arts. This is a beautiful opportunity for practitioner training on the sacred spine alignment, quantum healing activation. Tell us, people can look at the page that got them to this show and they can see that offering. But I'd just like you to share a few words on how people can work with this and share it with the world.
Yes. Well, we're going to call it the Sacred Spine practitioners. It's a really nice name to just incorporate this beautiful quantum healing modality. And so as a sacred spine practitioner, what you essentially will be able to do is to work with your own beautiful soul clients, whether in person or online, and then to offer either a full session on the sacred spine alignment quantum healing activation, which would probably be essentially close to around 2 hours once you've set up and chatted, or you can actually choose particular numbers and work on different parts of the spine. And that can also be really nice whether you're working in person, putting your hand on the spine, and as you're putting your hand on the different parts of the spine, choosing you would choose through numbers between 1 and 33, or you could, as I said, do a full session. But it's just a really lovely one that you can offer as a wonderful quantum healing modality to your own beautiful soul clients. So when we get to the question and answer, we can move a little bit more deeper into that. But essentially, you will receive the practitioner manual and then just some marketing material to help you. And we'll move a little bit more into that. So everything will be written for you, so you can essentially just follow the Sacred Spine Practitioner Manual in knowing exactly what you can do and how you can work. And it's just a really lovely way to deepen into your own beautiful healing gifts and to just offer just such a sacred an amazing sacred spine alignment, quantum healing activation. And I feel more than that, let's have a wonderful masterclass and our main experience, and then you can feel and sense from that how you experience it, because essentially that will be a really good indicator as to what your soul clients would be experiencing too.
All right. Did you catch that, everyone? Anrita puts it all together for you. I think there should be another zero behind this practitioner training because that's how in-depth it is. If you heard
Yes.
Anrita, she says she's written the marketing material for you. She's given you the scripts for it. It's really beautiful. She gives a manual for it. This is perfect for if you're a healer already, or if you're feeling the call of the heart to step up and offer services. This is just a no-brainer for that. And Rita, you're so, again, I'm going to use that word generous because you really go above and beyond when you put together this training for practitioners. So it really is giving people the ability to step up and into it rather quickly, I'd say. So we'll talk more about that. Practitioners or anyone wanting to be a practitioner, please review that now and take it into your heart. Feel what you did today, feel this session tomorrow, and consider if this is something that you want to share with the world. I think it's a beautiful opportunity for all of us to step up in new ways. And actually, this excites me so much because this sacred technology is within us. And now we're learning how to share it, how to speak
Yes.
about it. And that is just so powerful. Thank you for that, Anrita.
Yes, thank you, Lorraine. And yes, everything is within us. So I love that too. We're just really activating everything from within. As the light of God, we are. As our beloved, I am present.
And it makes us want to very carefully choose our words. It helps us see the vibration of all that is and how we are
Yes.
connected to that vibration. So, how are we going to move with that vibration? All right. Thank you so much,
Yes.
Anrita.
Thank you,
Final
Lorraine. And
words
thank you,
as we,
beloved Light Tribe.
okay,
Yes.
as we say goodbye, your single most important message at this time for everyone.
Just to recognize how absolutely amazing that you are. This ascension process, there are moments of absolute magic and bliss, but there are other moments where we're going deep in for the density clearing, the false beliefs and the judgments. And it's so challenging. And yet, how courageous you are that you have chosen this journey and chosen to be the light of God once more upon this sacred earth, because that's essentially what we're doing, is that we are the light bearers and wayfarers and gatekeepers and new earth guides to this sacred earth, and we are transforming this earth into new earth, into a place of love and unity and peace and grace. an abundance consciousness for all. So you being here is just such a precious gift to the sacred earth. And just know how much you are celebrated and appreciated and deeply loved. And I love you too. And so from my heart and from Loren's and to the cosmic heart of all creation, blessings in love. Thank you. Namaste.
Namaste. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. This has been a presentation of New Earth One Network, your home for New Earth living. Access information, education, and videos on living from the heart in unity consciousness. Visit newearth1.com.